All right, y'all, we are back. It's the girl Ticket to Shine. Thank you again for tuning in and tapping in to All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, for part two of my season three, episode five, All the Queen's Men recap, entitled Lost and Found. So we see that Amp finally reveals that he is pretty much jealous of Dime as well as Big D's relationship. Now, technically, there's really not a relationship on based on sex, simply because Dime has already said, that she hasn't given it to Big D, but she probably will tonight, only because of how Amp is really acting. So he's like, just introduce me, just introduce me. So, of course he's standing by her DJ stand, telling her to introduce him. And he's like, introduce me how you introduce that country behind dude, talking about Big D. So again, once again, he's revealing his whole jealousy between Dime and D's relationship. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna introduce you, all right. So she gives this little half-hearted introduction. Welcome to the stage, ladies. Amp, like, she doesn't give him the same energy that she used to give him when he was throwing the amp. You know what I mean? So anyway, he goes up on the stage and he gives a heck of a dance routine. It's very, very sensual. I think I'm gonna throw in a clip so you guys can check it out. But he gives that dance routine. All the while, he's looking at her, making her, think about him. So at this point, she's like agitated a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, you two both are literally playing games between the two of you. And I think just y'all both should just grow up, cut it out, get back into the relationship. Amp needs to grow up. But anyway, both of them are being extremely petty, you guys. So that's basically what happens between the two of them. But then we see the one and only Midnight, who is about to do a VIP. So in this VIP, this again, y'all, remind y'all, this is the sis that has been bringing in some of Madam's money back into the club. So with that, she says to Midnight, I want you to make me choke on that D, and I want you to do it to me with this mask on. So she puts on this. He's like, help me. She's like, help me, put it on. So she's taking her earrings off, and he's like, okay, but before I do that, let me eat the pea. So he proceeds to go down and eat the pea, y'all. Ruthless is another name for all the Queen's men, because they are literally getting downright dirty, nasty, grimy, sexual. Why he coming there packed up like that, y'all? That's all I'm asking. So anyway, you guys, we move on and we see Trouble. Trouble again is literally mentally troubled off of what she has just seen happen in that basement. She's not really the trouble that they are used to. So Rashad, he's asking her, hey, are you okay? And of course, Trouble being Trouble, at first it seems as if she wants to confide in them, but then she thinks before she speaks. So she knows that she can't tell these guys that she has been in the basement where Madam has Casanova tied up. Now, this guy, I don't know if you all know his name, but his name is Champ. So Champ is just like, well, if you need anything, we got you, but you should really be out there on that floor making that money. And so Trouble walks out. Again, she's mentally messed up after what she's just seen, what she's just witnessed, because Madam wanted her to take a life, and she didn't think that was what Madam meant in regards to being down with them. So, Rashad is like, well, have you seen Casanova? And he's asking this to Champ. He's like, have you seen Casanova? And Champ is like, look, if anything, he was like, well, that worries me. So listen to what Champ says. He lets him know that worrying will get you caught up. So I suggest you just mind your business. Take it from me. Mind your business. Go out there on the floor and make this money. And he's like, okay, you're right. So they go out on the floor. Listen, y'all, if there's anybody that I want to see do a dance routine, it is definitely Champ. We see little bits and pieces of him with Amateur Night, but I really want to see what Champ can do. Anyway, you guys, Buster Camp plays Champ. So anybody that's looking for Champ, I suggest y'all head over to Instagram and check this brother out, okay? So then, you guys, they send us over to Madam's office. And in Madam's office walks Joey as well as Tommy. They're both in there, you know, and she's telling Tommy, hey, go get Joey and let him know I'm ready to go home. So Tommy walks out of the office, but he leaves the door semi-cracked. So Joey, being on his job, he hops into the office and, you know, he's like, Madam, are you okay? And Madam was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll be ready to go. He said, okay, well, he gets on the radio, calls somebody, said, we'll be ready to go in 5 minutes. So Joey is like, Madam is like, so you just trying to have my back, huh? So yes, Madam, he was trying to have your back. He wants your back, your front, your left, and your right. But it is what it is. That's Joey though. He's pretending, or he's doing his job. That's all I say. But then Tommy walks in and says that there's someone here that wants to see you, and it just so happens to be Tandy. Lord, y'all, Tandy, I just knew Side Bob Tandy was gonna be gone, you know what I mean, just out the picture. I was so sick of her, but she is back and she has an indecent proposal for Madam. She lets Madam know that her husband is going to be running for office. I think it's mayor that he's going to be running for, and that he will have some pull. So in other words, if you endorse my husband, put us on your roster, basically throw us some bread from time to time, we will make sure that all of Eden's problems and Marilyn Seville's, as well as Madam, all of those problems will go away, because he can actually appoint the security, or he can actually appoint the chief of police. So Madam is sitting there, she's somewhat thinking about it. She's not really giving Tandy a whole lot of response, but she does tell her, okay, I'll think on it. Now basically that means once Madam says I'll think on it and she stops talking, that means you're dismissed, you can exit, you can leave the office, exit stage left. So Tandy, she realizes that it's her time to go, and she does that. She makes her way out of Madam's office. But once she's out of Madam's office, she makes her way to the floor, and she runs into Rashad, y'all. And poor Rashad is in shock. Oh my goodness. Is this going to be a turning point for who Rashawn becomes? I personally believe that Rashawn is going to take out, if not Tandy, he's definitely going to take out that husband of hers, because Tandy wants Madam to keep all of Tandy and her husband's little secrets. She wants her to keep those things quiet. But anyway, you guys, stay tuned for part 3. I'll be right back, because it's going to get very, very, very juicy, okay? All right, y'all, stay tuned. I'll be right back.